Alright, welcome back for part 2 of this forgiveness lesson thing. I don't really have... I want to just talk about forgiving yourself on this one. I don't really have any verses. I didn't look up anything because I decided to kind of do forgiving yourself. It's kind of like in a different way. Now, granted, stuff in the last video carried over and like kind of relates to both forgiving others and yourself. So I'm hoping that will be enough for that. But for now, I just wanted to talk about forgiving yourself and how that can be easy if you do it right. So first of all, I want to just start off by saying that I have had trouble forgiving myself in the past for things I'm not proud of, and things that will remain a secret with me for the rest of my life. What you need to do to start forgiving yourself is, first, you have to accept what you did. You have to accept that you did something maybe not wrong, but something that you did that was not right in the moment, or something like that. I don't know. But everyone does things out of like reflex or instinct or whatever. But the important thing is to accept what you did and take responsibility and stuff like that. You can start to forgive yourself, because after all, the first step is admitting that you have a problem, whether it's a serious problem that's like big, or if it's just a small problem that's not that big of a deal, but it still concerns you a little bit, and maybe your immediate people around you. Now, what you need to do, number one thing you can do to forgive yourself is to pray. Now, I don't want to tackle the whole why you should pray thing by myself. I want to tackle that with my friend Edward, so that'll be a different video. But for now, I will say this. People want to say praying doesn't work, and prayer maybe doesn't work the way we want it to, and that's why we don't think it works. Some people don't think it works. You see, prayer doesn't always mean that your problems will be solved immediately, overnight, or whatever. It means that trusting God to handle the situation that you're going through. How this relates is that if you're praying to God and asking for forgiveness to forgive yourself, and really what you're doing is, God's grace is so good that He forgives us for everything. What you're saying whenever you say you can't forgive yourself is you're saying that God's grace isn't good enough for me, which is it's kind of an insult to God when you think about it. I guess the bottom line and what I'm trying to say here is that can't forgive yourself. Maybe you need to stop trying so hard to forgive yourself and start letting God forgive you for yourself. So what you need to do is that maybe you need to forgive yourself for something. And I get it, the whole forgiving yourself thing is difficult. When you realize that God already has forgiven you for everything that you've done, it makes it a lot easier to forgive yourself. Because everyone makes mistakes, and you're no different than anybody else. Everyone does things, and everybody deserves forgiveness, whether it's from yourself or from others. Granted, no one really actually deserves God's grace, because let's face it, we'll all fall short of the glory of God, and that's just something we all have to live with. Like I said before, if you have someone who doesn't forgive themselves, maybe if they know that you forgive them, you'll help them a lot with getting over it. Because if they know that they are forgiven by you, then maybe it'll help them, or I know it'll help them be able to forgive themselves, be able to start to forgive themselves. And hopefully, once they realize that God has already forgiven them for everything, regardless of what it is, it could be something small, it could be something huge, then what really are you waiting for? I mean, so you did something wrong, who cares? You did something that you shouldn't have done, okay? You said something that probably shouldn't have been said, okay? You can't really change the past. You can only accept it and move forward. That's basically really all there is to it. There's no like magical perfect advice for anybody. Everyone is different. Everyone deals with forgiveness, stress, anger, hatred, depression, anxiety, what have you, differently, and that's fine. It's not always a one-size-fits-all solution. Sometimes people need to do things their own way. Sometimes people need to just learn how to deal with it themselves, and learn how to get over it themselves. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you'll get over it. eventually. Once you realize it's not that big of a deal, then you'll be able to start forgiving yourself easier. And I think, with that in mind, I think it's time for me to end this video, and I hope this video helped. I hope the previous video helped. I hope all my videos helped. But you know, that's not always the case. And this is probably one of my better videos because this is one that I've actually planned out, and I never plan anything out. I usually just this is an example of literally how I come up with what I'm going to talk about. Just an example. Purified water, huh? But is it really purified? Or is it just natural spring water? Where is the government trying to take us? Are they trying to kill us? I mean, if they're trying to kill us, then they should just, line us up in the police line and just shoot us, right? I mean, come on. But yeah, that's basically my whole entire process of thinking. I was holding in jokes a lot during that video, so now, towards the end of the video is my time where I can just kind of let it all out. Let it all hang out, if you get what I mean. Stupid, corny, and slightly perverse jokes aside, I'm gonna get going. I hope you all have a great day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which honestly isn't that much. Stay in school, don't do drugs, and have sex whenever you're married. Amen.